Hello, my name is Sergio Padilla, math teacher here at El Paso High School, finally for the first time this year. And I would just like to welcome you parents to another parent-teacher conference day. I'm looking forward to speaking with some of you and getting to know you a little bit more and hopefully answering your questions. But if you're not able to meet with me today, I hope that this video will help answer a few of your questions and maybe at least point you into the right direction of how to contact me and how to navigate the school. So one of the most important places on my Schoology page, no matter which class your student might be in, is the very, very top of the page. Here is where I have all the information that students need. I have my room number for those students who are face-to-face or who may choose to come face-to-face later on. They can find my room number here. The class schedule, A days, in this case for first period, Mondays and Thursdays, the time here, C day time. Here is always the link for my students to log into the course with the meeting ID and passcode just in case they need to log on some other device. And of course the remind link where my students sign up to be able to receive messages from me, little reminders of things throughout the day that they need to accomplish, or sometimes plans that we might have for the upcoming class. You can also join my remind if you would like to receive the same kind of updates or be able to quickly communicate with me. Every class has its own code, so just make sure you check which class your student is in and sign up for their remind. If you need to speak with me more directly, you can also use email. My email is sapadil with 2 L's at ephisd.org. As you move a bit further down the Schoology page, you will find the link to today's Zoom meeting for when we have scheduled if you're meeting with me today. And here will also be posted this video, which you're watching right now, which is a little bit meta here. Moving further down, we will have the students' daily attendance sign-in. This is my way of kind of a backup system for attendance, just in case mistakes are ever made or something goes wrong with technology. This will always be kind of a backup way of keeping track of attendance. The activities and assignments folder, this is where students are usually going in my class. This is where I list everything that we've done throughout the school year. You can see they are organized by weeks per 9-week, and every week there will be a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday folder unless we have a shortened schedule that week. And inside you can find their assignments, due dates, and plans for each of those days. So in case you ever needed to check up on what your students are doing during the week, that's where you can go. Here we also have the updated 2020-2021 EPHS calendar, so you can be aware of which days are which, when we have breaks, etc. Further down the page we have some contact information, of my original welcome, the daily class schedule, and a grading breakdown of my class. Now at the very, very bottom is the parent folder, which is for you, of course, and if we take a look inside, you will see that we have some information here. Again, another calendar for you. Here's a way for you to sign up for Schoology in case you want to sign up for it as well, to be able to keep track of what your students are doing. Here we have what we call SEL snapshots for parents, SEL standing for Social Emotional Learning. We also have some student service, parent services, parent portal link here, and this was the beginning of the year survey. If your student happens to be in my On-Ramps Pre-Calculus course, another very important thing that you might want to look into is the syllabus and textbook folder, where you can find, well, both of those things. The course syllabus, which will explain what material we'll be covering this year, as well as the college grading procedures. And here you will actually find the textbook that we use in class itself, in case you wanted to print it out for your child, so that they have something to actually write on. This is usually a good idea. Now, the main platform I'm using this year for my Algebra 2 students is called Alex, A-L-E-K-S, alex.com. And here is where the students can find all of their assignments, This is where they take quizzes and tests in my Algebra 2 classes. In my on-ramp classes, we also use ALEX for certain assignments, but it's not our main platform. I'll discuss that in a moment. But as far as ALEX goes, what's great about ALEX is that it shows them just about how well they are doing in class. At just a look of the circle here, they can see which types of topics they have been learning the best. So real numbers, for example, linear equations and inequalities, graphs and functions, all the different parts of Algebra 2 that they will see. They can check on their progress there. They can also look at a timeline of how they've been working on their classes and their assignments. They can also always find their due dates for assignments that are going to be closing soon, right around here. And can also find all of their assignments in the menu. One of my favorite things about ALEX is that there is a button that will let us go from English to Spanish, which it works well in my dual language class. And for any students who are still English language learners, they can still learn the math even if their language acquisition is still in the early stage. Now, on most homework assignments or classwork assignments, I give the students an option, all these options to help them. For example, they can always use the example button to see an example of the type of problem that they might be having. Here they have an explanation button, which will explain the problem that they are working on to them. However, they'll lose their chance at solving that problem if they click this one. And here they can even reach out to me to ask me for help on a particular problem while we're working on it in class, or if we're working on it after. It also allows the students to check their work using a button here. So if I enter an answer, I can check my work and it'll tell me whether I have it right or wrong, and I can retry it. As most of the classwork assignments are able to be redone over and over and over until a student has 100 if they so wish. So really there's no excuse for students in my class not to be getting 100 on every single classwork assignment. On quizzes and tests, they don't get quite as many attempts. On quizzes they might have 2 or 3 attempts. On tests they usually have 1 or 2 attempts to fix any mistakes that they may have made. Each time they're retaking the assignment, however, they are going to see different problems. So this is really a good way to challenge my students and help them learn math virtually. For my on-ramps classes, we mainly use the Canvas platform. You can find a link to this on my main Schoology page as well. And here is where the students take their high school quizzes, their college tests, and is where they can find a lot of information as well to help them understand the material and pass this class and hopefully gain college credit. One thing I often try to remind my on-ramp students is to check their Canvas very often, because oftentimes they will receive emails from the college professors at UT with information about tests or upcoming assignments that are due for them on the college end. So it's very important that if you could help me out and maybe every now and then remind your student to, hey, check Canvas to make sure there's nothing due coming up for you. So if you have any further questions, feel free to contact me either through email or on Remind. And I look forward to meeting with you and speaking with you later today. Thank you very much. Have a great day. And as I tell my students, I will math you later.